Hi flower friends, thank you so much for joining. If you're watching this, my guess is you purchased a do-it-yourself flower kit, which is awesome. We have 4 from our website that are available. We have other kits, but these are the 4 do-it-yourself little kits that are really inexpensive, and we posted them out there. We put them out there available during the summer because it's a great kids activity and it's super cute and it lasts a really long time. So of the 4, we have a whale, we have a seal, we have a deer, perfect, and inside the kit is the crab. So depending on which one you purchase, the process is the same, but I'll go through each one on each video. So in your supply sheet, when you get that, which will be included in your kit, you pull that out and it will tell you that you'll have 1 stem of flowers, 1 stem of filler, 1 stem of greenery. You'll have your container and your floral foam. This will be dry when you get it, and then we'll soak it in the video so you can see the process of how to do that. Things that I would suggest that you have on hand is a little bowl of water to soak your foam and some snips. We want to have some flower scissors or snips, something that can make a nice clean cut on the stems. Also, there's a rubber band around your flowers. They come in a water packet, so if you need some scissors to cut that rubber band or however you want to get that rubber band off as well. When you get the kit, you do want to take the flowers out right away because you want to make sure that they're nice and fresh. Check all of your supplies, make sure that you received everything and that they're in good condition. Please let us know if you have any questions. So you take that out of the wet source, and there's your flower product. And then what we're gonna do for the crab today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna soak the foam. So in your little tap water is fine, usually room temperature or cold. You don't really want warm water just because you don't want the stems to wilt if the water's too warm, which doesn't usually happen. So you take your dry foam and you just want to set it right on top of the water, and you're going to let that soak naturally. Once that sinks to the bottom, which is just a few seconds, and it's saturated all the way through, then you know when you poke your flower stems in that will also hydrate the flowers. If you push the floral foam down manually, make it soak up faster, it may create air bubbles. It may create air bubbles. And so then when you push your flower stems into that wet foam and it hits an air bubble, the water is not soaking up into the flower stems and they won't last as long. So once that's completely saturated and it's all the way down to the bottom, then you can just take it out and we're gonna put it right in our little animal container. Now, those should be cut fairly closely to size so you don't have to make any adjustments. However, if it is too long or too wide, just go ahead and cut it with a butter knife. It cuts very easily. So once your foam is in there, then you can start making your creation. So you want to grab your snips, you want to grab your greenery. This is leather leaf or baker. It goes a long ways. There's plenty in your kit, so you don't have to use it sparingly. You can use as much of it as you like. Each of these pieces come off, so each of these is used individually, and then you're just going to cut it to the length that you want. What you want to do is have a nice clean stem, so if there's any of the little pieces that might get pushed into your foam, you want to make sure that you clean that off. So you have a nice long clean stem that's going to push right into your floral foam. So then you just push that right into your foam and it is secured nicely. What I like to do, I'm going to cut these pieces off, clean the bottom. So you take all of this extra green, so you have a nice clean stem. It's cut at an angle, and then you're just going to work that around. So you're going to do 1 layer all the way around the little crab there. And then once you get a nice base layer, then we can go ahead and fill some more. So this is only gonna take about 4 little pieces. So I'm gonna cut that, make sure I have a nice clean stem. I'm gonna poke that into my into my floral foam. And then, yeah, so you start to create this nice little base of greenery. It looks like I'm gonna put another piece right here. And what I don't wanna do is cover up his face. So I'm just working on the side of his face, and then we'll build the flowers up behind it. So I only used like 4 little pieces. I've got plenty left here. I'm gonna grab another one, cut it at an angle. You can see at the 45-degree angle, clean off any of those extra little greeneries, and then go ahead and poke it again into your flower foam. And repeat this process as much as you like with as many greens as you like, as full as you would like your little container to be. and then we move on to the flowers. So this is nice and full of greenery all the way around. So if anybody sees your flowers from the back side, you want to make sure that it's nice and full and pretty too. Once the greenery is completed, then you can move on to the flowers. This is the fun part, right? So daisies or carnations, depending on what you get in your kit, come multiple blooms on a stem. So I've just separated some of those out, and you can use, again, as many as you like. These little containers don't have a lot of room in the top of them, so daisies like this go really far, like they take up a lot of space. So we might just use a few blooms. I think this might take about 3. We're gonna cut those at an angle, whatever height you want to make it. Again, this is your arrangement, so you make it however you want to. It can be nice and full, it can be tall, it can be flat, however you want to poke those flowers in there. And you can see they do push in really easily, and they cut really easily too. These are thin stems, so you can just make a nice cut very easily and then poke those into your flower foam. You also may get some buds or some flowers that aren't quite open all the way, and that's okay. You can use those too. It creates a lot of interest. And by interest, I mean there's dimensions in flower arranging and lots of textures. It's an art form, so lots of things that make a flower arrangement beautiful. So I used quite a few stems, all of them that were on the stem that was provided, which is a lot. It makes it nice and full. So all of our daisies are in there and our greenery is in there. The next thing that we want to do is we want to use our filler flower. Now these are fillers because they fill in the spots where the greenery and the flowers don't fill. So there isn't a lot, but I can find like a little space here that could use a filler, maybe a little space at the bottom that could use a filler. So these filler flowers, depending on the variety that you get, this is a wax. Oh my goodness, isn't that beautiful? And it smells fantastic. Wax flower is one of my favorites. So this wax flower, again, has lots of little flowers on each of the stems, so you can pick each of those off and put them into your flower arrangement. The best thing to do is to make a nice clean cut and then poke those in wherever you see that there's space, and it just fills that space. So these nice filler flowers do their job because they just fill that space. And then you can even use the spots that don't have buds on them, and there's some that aren't open, because that creates another texture. It's another way to fill the little holes here where that greenery did not fill. So I'm just going to use a couple of little pieces. There's plenty, again, here to choose from. You can move your arrangement around and look and just see if there's any little spot that these tiny little flower fillers might go into. And smell them, they're divine. Take your time to look at each side, turn it around. If there's anything that you want to add to it, some more greenery. There isn't really room for extra daisies, but isn't that just so cute? So we chose flowers that are long lasting. You'll get either miniature carnations or you'll get daisies. And these are very long lasting flowers. So the key to this is to make sure that your foam stays hydrated. So you can just water it like you would a plant, and you can put your finger in there or a popsicle stick in there and see if it comes out. If it comes out wet, then you know that there's still water in there. If it comes out dry, then you definitely want to fill that up with water. I would say check it about every 2 days, but flower arrangement like this should definitely last about a week. We've had great reviews on how long our flowers have lasted, so hopefully they last a long time for you. If you keep them in a cool spot, keep them out of the sun, keep them in a cool spot, they tend to last a little bit longer. And I would suggest if you give that as a gift to do the same thing. Say this flower arrangement should last a good week as long as you keep it watered, and then just keep it out of direct sun. And if you keep it in a cooler place, then the flowers last a little bit longer. But definitely set it someplace where you can see it and enjoy, because they're adorable. And check out our other kits and see if you want to do another one, or if you have a friend that might enjoy it. Again, we can deliver, we can ship these, and you can come and pick them up. So we're happy to see what's created this summer. And anytime that you do one of these, feel free to give us some feedback. We love to see your pictures. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, goodness, TikTok, any of your social media outlets that you use. You can send us an email, stop into the store. Just let us know how we're doing and let us know how you did and how you created your little flower arrangement. Thanks so much, flower friends. Let me know if you have any questions. Enjoy.